showed up for this violation hearing that was generated August 7th that alleges she had a .31 on a PBT administered by Flat Rock. And it apparently they were called to the defendant's home for an alleged assault. So we're going to handle that. And then I'll handle her motion.
That's fine.
So how is she going to proceed on this case with this motion, with this?
She would plead guilty with an explanation.
He actually has two counts, and I'm going to need Ms. Wilds in here. Count one is she failed to refrain from consuming alcohol, as I just outlined. Count two, she failed to submit to twice monthly chemical testing as ordered on August the 13th of 15. So she's going to plead to two counts, correct?
That's correct. I wasn't aware of the missed testing, but she did test positive for alcohol that evening. That was the only one.
Missed testing was when I said I went to test.
So she's.
Did you miss testing?
On the 12th I did, or the 13th maybe, but I was there within 24 hours.
Okay, but you did miss on the 13th. So yeah, she would plead guilty with an explanation, Your Honor. I apologize.
Ma'am, if you plead guilty to these two, these would be two technical violations. You could get 10 days. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You are entitled to a hearing. You have the right to a hearing. You have the right to bring in your own witnesses at that hearing. You have the right to cross-examine the probation department's witnesses. You have the right to testify or remain silent, and if you choose to remain silent, that silence would not be held against you. They have the burden of proof. They have to prove you violated by a preponderance of the evidence. If you plead guilty, you're waiving all those rights, and we will not have a hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, just try to keep your voice up a little bit better for me, okay? You understand everything I've said?
Yes.
As the count one that you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol or drugs testing positive on a PBT on August 2nd of 25 with the results of a 0.31% BAC, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty.
Did you consume alcohol on that date?
Yes.
How much did you consume, ma'am?
Well, we went 3-1. You consumed quite a bit, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you gotta talk to me, please. Talk to me. How much did you drink?
I would say a few drinks over the course of the day.
I don't know what a few means. That could mean 3. It could mean 32. I don't know what you mean. Roughly, how many drinks? What kind of drinks were you consuming?
How much did you have? Did you have mixed drinks, or did you have beer, or a different type of drink?
It was seltzers.
Alcoholic seltzers?
Yeah.
That have vodka in them?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Money, ma'am.
how many did you consume?
I would say like 6.
Six.
Six. How big were the seltzers? Were they 32 ounces? Ms. Jones, you are being asked a question by a judge right now, and you are in a courtroom. I don't care if you're in a lawyer's office or not. You are in a courtroom. I want a straight answer from you. I want to know how much you drank.
They were 12 ounces. I would say 6 over
Well, with a
a
3-1, you
3-hour
You
period.
drank more than 6 over. So when did you start drinking? We'll start there.
All right, that's okay. She just doesn't want to answer. I get it. Ms. Jones, I want to remind you, you're in a courtroom.
Oh, to order. I don't.
Ms. Jones, if you want to carry on a conversation with your lawyer, you tell me and we'll come back to you. But otherwise, you look at me and you talk to me and you answer me truthfully and completely. Do we understand one another?
Tell him.
Do we understand one another?
Yes.
Can I have a minute, Your Honor? I'm sorry. I apologize. Give me one moment, please. Your Honor, may I have a moment, please? I apologize. Can we come back? Can you recall our case? Is that okay?
We'll go off the record on this and I'll come back to you. Tell her to change her attitude. Your name again, ma'am?
Alyssa Jones.
Mr. Holmberg?
Yes, Your Honor. Edward Holberg on behalf of the defendant. Your Honor, we did have a conversation. She is prepared to make an admission that she had 10 drinks. Some of those had 10% alcohol. Some of them had, I believe, 5.5% alcohol.
Ma'am, is that true? I need to see your face.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you consumed, you heard what your lawyer just said. He's telling me now you had 10 drinks, some of which had 10% alcohol in them. Is that true?
Correct.
All right. Any reason to dispute the accuracy of the PBT that came up at 0.31?
No, Your Honor.
Ma'am, I'm asking you.
No, Your Honor.
As the count two that you failed to submit to chemical testing on August the 13th, how do you plead to that?
Guilty.
Did you fail to submit to testing on that date?
Yes. But I did, once I realized that I did not show up for that or my color was called, I did go test within 24 hours or the very next day.
All right. Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Ms. Wilds, your name?
Elizabeth Westbridge, Your
I'm
Honor.
going to accept your plea as to count one, accept your plea as to count two. I'm going to go ahead and listen to what you have to say, Mr. Holmberg, and then we're going to come back and address this other motion. You can go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. She realizes she made a terrible mistake. She was with some girlfriends. They had gone to the zoo, came home, were discussing. She gave into peer pressure. She drank obviously too much. She's aware of that. She knows she had a zero tolerance. She wasn't supposed to drink. She took responsibility for it, Your Honor. I would ask that you hold any sanctions of jail in abeyance at this time. She has completed everything, I believe. I believe all her fines and costs are paid off. I believe the only thing that is outstanding is one class, an anger management or a domestic violence class that she is scheduled to do on October 7th. So I believe she is compliant with everything else.
She has two prior drunk drivings. A third one was dismissed. This was an R&O case. That's really high, Ms. Jones. I need to see her.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Your Honor. There.
That is really high.
I'm aware, Your Honor. I do apologize.
Well, I don't want you to apologize. This is not about apologizing. This is about your health, and this is serious business now. I mean, it really is. What happened can you tell me what happened when the police were called about the alleged assault? Do you have any idea?
Please, if you would like to.
I don't need it. Can you tell me, was she determined to be the one who committed the assault?
Yes, Your Honor. I do believe that charges at this point may or may not be filed. I'm not seeing anything in our system with it being out of Flat Rock. But yes, it's very clear according to the police report that she was never arrested under any circumstance.
All right. What else? What would you like to say, Mr. Holmberg, before I sentence her?
Again, Your Honor, she has taken responsibility. She's been taking her probation serious. She has done everything she's supposed to do and paid all fines and costs. This was unfortunately a blip on the screen. She is scheduled to take that final class. We would just ask that the court treat this as a warning to the defendant and not hold any, not sentence to any jail time at this point.
Beth, tell me how the outpatient treatment's going.
Her outpatient treatment is going well. She's attending weekly at Hagera. She started at the beginning of August. She has attended, per my last report from her therapist, she's attended all of her sessions. She hasn't missed any or rescheduled.
Started when?
August 6th, Your Honor.
So after that incident, 4 days later. Did you tell your therapist about that, Ms. Jones?
Yeah, she's aware. We talked about it on our last session.
And I'm going to state corrected, Your Honor, I apologize. She actually started in June.
Okay, so she,
Almost immediately after sentencing, I forgot I had this other report.
so when I see this tells me it's not working. If you started in June and you're drinking to the tune of 0.31 in early August, specifically August the 2nd, and tells me that you're not learning much or the treatment is not being successful. I'm not only concerned about you drinking, young lady, I'm concerned about the extent to which you were drinking. I mean, most people be falling down and vomiting long before that. I'm only telling you, I'm not trying to criticize you. I'm just warning you, and I'm concerned about you. I mean, you are the whopping age of 29, right?
Yes.
How often do I have her testing right now? Mr. Holmberg, where
Yes,
is your
Your Honor.
client? Does she work?
Yes, you are working presently, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
What are you doing? Tell the judge.
I work for a company called VisiPay. It's a merchant service provider.
You're paying just the cost of $100. You're to continue testing bi-weekly until December 31. You're to serve 2 days on the court work program and pay $70 for that. And you are to be on a SoberLink device by the end of the day for 60 days, okay? I want you to understand, I don't know how to put it to you other than I'm concerned about this. I don't mean that you're a bad person, but you got a history of this. This is not good. You need to stop. This isn't having a social drink or two. Can she pay her 170 today, or does she need time, Mr. Holmberg?
She can pay it today, Your Honor.
No, I need time.
Oh, she needs time. I apologize.
I'll just give her until September 30th. Is that enough time?
September 30th, that would give you 15 days. Yes, Your Honor.
And then on the other, is ironic as it sounds, let me just make a note. By the way, why weren't you here when you were supposed to be here last time?
She had some issues with getting to care, Your Honor. She did come to my office. We did log on late. That's true.
This is the moment everything shifts. The judge isn't just asking casual questions anymore. He's testing credibility. And in court, vague answers like a few drinks can actually make things worse. Why? Because it looks like the defendant is minimizing the truth. Now here's the real question for you. Do you think she was being honest or trying to downplay how serious this really was?
Then I said, when no one picked up, I said, why don't we go in person? We met at the courthouse. Unfortunately, the docket had already been called. And I believe the Friday after there wasn't a docket at the courthouse. Then we found out that it was rescheduled for the 15th, and here we are.
Why does she need a medical marijuana card?
That you can answer better. Why do you have a card, Alyssa?
Why do I have?
Yes.
Well, I have an autoimmune disease for one, anxiety,
Good enough.
depression.
Okay, so listen, here's what I'm doing. As much as I'm not in favor of this, it's counterproductive. I'm not going to stand here or sit here rather and say, when the voters, look, you have the right to use medical marijuana. There's nothing I can do, in my view, unless you're in a sobriety court to stop you. The defendant will not be violated if she tests positive for THC, so long as she possesses a medical marijuana card and provides proof of same to probation, okay? Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, that is the order of the court. I
Thank
wish
you,
you
Your Honor.
well. Thank you, Ms. Wilds. Thanks.
Have a good day, and I